Welcome to my BARLATES Body Blitz workout, weighted abs with ball. For today's workout, all you will need is a Pilates ball or a squishy playground ball. If you don't have one of those, you can use either a towel rolled up or a small cushion. And we'll also need some light hand weights, anywhere between 500 grams to 1.5 kilos or 1 to 3 pounds. You don't have to use these extras, you can still do it without, but it just helps to bring up the intensity if you do have them. Okay, let's get started. Just start with your weights off to the side and put the ball in between your thighs. So you want to have a nice tight squeeze on the ball, then make sure you're sitting really nice and upright and C-curve back. So you're rounding back, you're pushing your belly button to your spine, and I want you to actually hold on behind your knees and come down until your arms are nearly extended fully. So you're basically holding this position, helping yourself to stay up with your hands. There's this light bend in your elbow here, so you're rounding your arms and you're just pushing your abs away. So just feel that position. Depending on the strength of your abs, you can be further down towards the floor or further up, but I just really want you to feel that engagement. And I want you to breathe out. So breathe out, out, out. Really trying to breathe through, and just little breaths to really empty out all of the air from your abs. Keep a tight squeeze on that ball at all times throughout this workout, and breathe, breathe, breathe. Just breathing for 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Now holding that same shape, really sucking your navel in as tight as you possibly can, imagining that there's a string from your navel through your back all the way down to the floor, pulling you down, but you're resisting forward by bringing your chest forward. Okay, holding that position, extend your arms in front of you, and I want you to start switching your arms. Just up and down, gracefully switching. Try not to move your body at all here. You're just moving your arms. Look straight ahead, continue to squeeze on that ball. And as you start to warm up, you can curve even lower. Bring your back closer to the floor, and you should feel that contraction tightening to the point where you even have a little bit of a quiver going on. Nice smooth action with the arms, just floating them up and down. Your core is fighting to keep stable here as your arms are alternating. Go for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Now both arms up and down. And as you come down, really press back. It's slightly up and back. So it's almost like you're pushing your navel closer to that mat on the down. Down. Squeeze. Push. Blow all the air out on the down. Push it out. 4, 3, 2, 1. Now up, knock together and down. So you're moving slightly again through the waist. You're knocking your fists together and down to the side. Up slightly and down. This is not a big motion. You're holding that isometric tension in your abs the entire time. And you're just knocking, knocking. On the down, make sure that you bring your back closer and closer to that mat and really keep everything tight. There's an isometric contraction on that ball. 8, 7, 6, 5, just 4, 3, 2, 1. Now stay up, and we're going to switch our arms as if you're punching ahead of you, but you're rolling through that waist side to side, extending one arm in front of the other. It's a small action that's now involving your obliques, so the side of your waistline. Try and stay down. Try and keep your chest reaching forward and rounding through that back. 8, 7, 6, 5, just 4, 3, 2, 1. Now coming up, release your back by stretching forward like this and grab your hand weights. We're going to get back down in that same C-curve position. So nice and tall, and breathing out, release back, okay? So it's like you're really rounding back. Extend your arms in front of you, bring them so the palms are facing the floor, and we're just going to go down, side to side. But what we're doing this time is following our hand weight with our gaze. So we're starting to involve the obliques. As you get warmer, lean back further. The further you lean back, the harder this is. But really, even though we're going side to side, really try to fight to keep the central part of your core facing the front. So you're twisting with your arm and coming down all the way through that back and through that side oblique, that muffin top area. Down, down. As you get warmer, you can make that twist a bit wider and actually row your arm behind you. Row it behind. Look right to the back corner of your mat and keep your abs really engaged, and try not to forget to squeeze on that ball. You're still engaging your inner thighs here, and also your lower abs get intensified while you're squeezing on that ball. So even though you're not picking up your legs yet, you are actually working your lower abs. 3, 2, 1, back in front. Now we're going to lift our legs. If this is too hard, just keep your toes down, but if you can, continue rowing back with your legs lifted. Now this is a much more challenging move because you have to fight with your entire core, upper and lower now, to stop you from falling backwards and forwards. If this is too hard, you can bring your legs down slightly low and just lightly tap your toes on the ground. But if you really want to go for it, bring them up to tabletop and row. Row. 4, 3, 2, 1. Now arms overhead, and we're going to you can put your weights together like this, bring your elbows to your knees and down, down. Okay, so now what you're doing is, the top portion of your body is only moving a tiny bit. You're bringing your arms to your knees, squeezing on that ball, and you're keeping everything pulled in. Really focus here. Pushing your lower abs and your upper abs together. Imagine your hip bones coming to your rib cage, meeting in the middle. Really challenging. If this is too hard, just do the legs or just do the upper. You can release your arms down like this and just do the legs, or you can keep your toes on the floor and just do the upper, in which case you would be crunching a bit more. But just go for 4 more good ones. 3, 2, 1. Now bring your arms down. We're going to give them a little bit of a break, and we're going to continue with those abs in and down with your toes touching that mat, still squeezing on the ball and trying to keep the upper body really still and relaxed, tapping down, squeezing the ball, keeping your belly really flat here. You're not moving through the waistline hardly at all. It's all lower abs here. Down, down. For 4, 3, 2, 1. Now straighten your legs and bring them up so they're at 90 degrees. And we're just going to do a tiny twist. Twisting through the waistline. It's as if you're bringing your hip bone to your rib cage again on either side. Squeezing, shortening through that waistline. Whittling away. Squeeze, squeeze. Really try to exaggerate here. Try not to hunch your shoulders, keep your neck nice and long, upper body nice and relaxed, and just squeezing. Remember to push on that ball as well. It shouldn't be round, it should be an oval shape. You should be squishing it in with your legs. Bonus inner thigh work. Go for 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Now coming back up, and what I want you to do is sit up nice and tall, round your arms in front of you as if you're holding a beach ball, and point your toes. What we're going to do is hold our upper body in this C-curve position so you can C-curve away a bit, and we're just going to brush our toes on the mat. Out and in, out and in. It's not the most graceful motion because it's quite difficult to keep your body still here, but really try to just touch the toe tips on the mat. Don't rest any weight on your legs, and really think about pulling everything in tight. 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Now we're going to take our legs over towards the front. Okay, so we're still C-curving away, arms still in front, but your legs are slightly angled, and you're going to bring your toes out and in exactly the same way, but slight angle. So you're hitting those obliques a little bit more. Keep rounding away with your torso. Arms are nice and bent. 4, 3, 2, 1. Now angle towards the back. Make sure your position is nice and upright, and keep your tummy pulled in. Forward and backwards. Just bringing those knees towards your chest, keeping your knees pointing at 45 degrees. 4, 3, 2, 1. Now back on your elbows, legs in front, and we're just going to squeeze in on that ball. Depending on how hard you want this to be, if your legs are upright like this, it's not as hard. It's harder coming down closer to the ground. So if you're around 45 degrees and squeezing on that ball, you'll also be feeling it in your lower abs. And squeeze. Really nice and tight. Try and keep everything pulled in, but your upper body relaxed. Toes pointed, make it look nice and pretty. 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Now coming up and coming over to your side, I want your toes to be, just bring both your weights in front so you're not sitting on them. I want your back to be lined up with the back of the mat, your toes in the corner at the front, and what we're going to do is have one weight, and we're bringing our arm overhead and our knee to meet that elbow. Still squeezing on that ball. It's out and squeeze. Try to make sure that your body is facing the front. This will ensure that you're getting your obliques. Try not to roll out like this. Try to keep your knees and your chest facing the front of the room. And you're just crunching in. Create your own tension here. So really think about squeezing through the waistline as you bring those knees up. And your legs are not resting on the mat. You're hovering them above the mat the entire time. 8, 7, 6, 5, just 4, 3, 2, 1. Now, keep your legs straight, and if you can, bring your straight legs and your straight arm together. You're still on an angle. Still pointing your legs away long, trying to keep that chest to the front, and really pushing, squeezing through that muffin top area, whittling away the waist. If this is too hard with straight legs, you can bend your legs like this. It makes it a little bit easier. Or if that is still too hard, you can actually get rid of the ball and just use one leg. So there are options. 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Drop that weight again. Come back onto your elbows. And just a few straight legs central, up and down. If this is too hard, bend your legs like this. That'll make it a lot easier. Or just don't come down as far, just go halfway and up, halfway and up. But if you can come all the way up, it's a bit slower. You can hear in my voice how strenuous this is. Make sure you're keeping everything held in. Your tummy has to be flat. Don't round your back. Just 4, 3, 2, last one. Now we're going to go on that other side. I'm just going to switch sides so you can see me better. So once again, lining your back up with the back of the mat, your toes in the front corner, reposition your ball if you have to, arm overhead, and we're bringing your elbow to your knees. So squeeze, squeeze in, keeping your chest to the front, your knees are facing the front, so you're keeping your hips as stacked as possible. I know it's not 100% possible here, you have to turn out a little bit, but the more you keep your hips stacked, the more you're going to hit that muffin top. That's what we want to get rid of. Nothing else hanging over those jeans, hey? Get rid of it, whittle it away. Of course you have to do your cardio as well, but this will tone the muscle underneath so that it gives you a nice defined waistline. Squeeze, squeeze. 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Now slightly roll back and both legs up, meeting that straight arm. Up, up. So remembering to squeeze on that ball so that you're still engaging your inner thighs and your lower abs are fighting hard to lift those legs, and your arm is just coming down in opposition. Squeeze, squeeze. 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Now back onto your back, and we're going to finish off just a few more in the thighs. So this time I want you to bring your toes together and then actually put your heels together, okay? So your knees are facing outwards. Knock your heels together, squeezing the ball. Once again at 45 degrees. So if you need it easier, come up here, but if you can, bring it right down and knock. 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Now toes back down to the ground and a few more roll-ins with bent legs. Roll. Roll. This is like a reverse curl. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Now we're going to go in, extend, in, down. In, extend, in, down. Rolling in, extend all the way out with those legs, and down. Up, out, in, down. Just 4 more sets. And 3, and 2, and 1. And last exercise, I want you to take both weights in one hand, and we're going to come down, keeping a C curve and our neck up, squeezing that ball, and we're going to come all the way up and bring the weights above our head. So down and up, down and up. Really keeping our body upright at the top. You can use a heavier weight here if you have one. Really squeezing and rolling all the way up and making sure that we have no gap between our back and the mat at the bottom of the movement. 5 more here. Just 4 and 3 and 2. Last 1. Switch hands and other side. Down and up, down and up. If this is too fast for you, you can always slow it down. I'd rather you do it with perfect form. And up. Straightening your spine at the top. Try to keep squeezing that ball and keep your feet flat. Down and up, down and up. 5 more. Down and 1. Down and 2, 3, 4, and last 1. That's it. You've completed this short, fast weights and ball abs workout. So we're just going to stretch it out. Just come into a side position here, and we're going to just mermaid over, stretching side to side. Stretching out those obliques. They worked hard. Breathing deeply. Down and up. One more. And then just swing your legs over the other side. Nice upright posture. Down and over. Down and over. Nice fluid motion, relaxing all of those muscles. And just one more set. Down and over. Then just flipping around to child's pose, pushing away with your hips, walking your hands forward, curving through that back, stretching out through the shoulders. And then coming up into a camel. So if you want to, just behind here and reaching back, if you can, come all the way down and grab your ankles and chest up to the ceiling. Stretching out through the front of those abs. And there you have it. If you need to stretch a little bit more, definitely do so. You can combine this with one of my upper body or lower body workouts for a total body challenge. And I look forward to working out with you again soon.